First of all, hello. What is this camera angle? Let me fix that. There we go. So, hi. Please excuse the fact I'm still in my pajamas. I'm currently getting ready for work. No, it is not actually 8 p.m. It is actually currently 8 in the morning. So a lot of you are probably wondering why someone who works in a nightclub is up this early, especially after doing a shift last night. I do want to point that out. I did do a shift last night. So I'm currently getting ready for the day portion of my job, and yes, there is a day portion of my job. For some reason, someone thought it'd be great. So just a quick warning, if you don't like the fact that my eye goes to here, just listen to the video rather than watch me do my makeup, because I will have my glasses off for long periods of time. So with that disclaimer out the way, I just wanted to sit down and talk. This is mostly going to be about my job, not really life update or anything like that, but a lot of people have told me that they actually really miss this channel. At work, actually, a lot of people say, hey, you still? And my answer was originally no. I wasn't actually going to do anything else on this channel. My next video is actually just going to be a thank you very much, but I'm not doing anything else. But something has inspired me to get creative again, so I just want to see where this goes. So, hi, and welcome back to this channel, I guess. I might change the name now, because now that I'm 18, almost 19 in a couple weeks, yeah, birthday girl on the 26th of September, I think I'm ready to grow up a little bit. I might rename it after the tattoo I currently have, which is Lady Luck. If anyone has an issue with that, please let me know and I won't change it to that. I'll just change it to just something. I'll come up with something when but for now it might just be Lady Luck. So without further ado, I have started my makeup because I actually already recorded some of this video. However, I completely lost where I was because there was ambulances, my alarm went off. So there's a bunch of shit going on. I need to get into this video because I need to get ready to go to work, and I will just get into that now. So the first thing I'd like to talk about as someone who does work in a nightclub is things you should not do in a nightclub. Like, please do have a good time. That won't be my first one. Like, don't have fun. We don't want you to. Like, obviously have fun. So, number one, we're going to kickstart it off with something that I think I might get a bit of hate for. I won't lie. So, I'm just going to blend this. Number one, like, know what your friends want and what you want to drink before you come up and say, hiya. Like, I understand it's easy to forget, especially because I'm the one making the drinks. But like, if you don't know what your friends want, how am I meant to know what they want? Like, I love my job, but the amount of times people come up and go, what do I want again? And I go, I haven't the faintest clue, my sweetheart. Like, I don't know what you want, love. Like, the best advice I can give for that though, like, because I know some people genuinely have a tough time remembering what a lot of people want, because it does kind of go with the second one, so that's why I've put them right next to each other. Just write them down on your phone. Sometimes we actually prefer you to come up and just say phone, like, because we can just note it down easier. Like, some of us may even learn quicker like seeing it rather than hearing it. So yeah, that is the first thing. Just know what everyone wants to drink before you come up and say, hiya, this is what I'd like, because it just slows down the process for us, it slows down the process to you. And let's be fair here, 9 times out of 10, the most, like, drinking and partying, obviously they go hand in hand, but you mostly are there to have a good time, and you're not having a good time while standing there arguing with me and your friends about what you want to drink. Like, that's just not the way it goes. You don't want that. I don't want that for you. Know what your friends want. Write it down on your phone if you need to. Just come up, we'll have a laugh. I'll pour your drinks out and off you go back to your dancing, or back to your snogging, or back to whatever. So number 2 does really play into this, and it's please don't bring an entourage with you. You're not coming to a bridal fitting when you come and see me at the bar. You're coming to get your drink, to get pissed, and to have a good time. Now, This might ruffle a few feathers. Now, I do just want to clarify, I have no issues with groups of 3 girls who have come together, coming up to the bar together, so then one of them doesn't need to go on their own or stand alone. However, what I do have an issue with is when groups of 5 people or more are coming to the bar and only one of them is ordering a drink. Not only does it hold up the people behind you, who now think that they have a longer queue to wait in, but also trying to get out of that crowd behind you, while also trying not to spill your drink, is then actually made a lot harder. Also, that makes my job a lot harder when I'm trying to serve the people behind you because your friends now don't want to drink. So just please take into account that everyone wants to enjoy their night. I completely understand a lot of you probably do want to come up because you don't want to leave one person on their own. So as a counter for this, just send 2 more people up with them or 1 more person up with them, so then you have 2 groups. It is not difficult. It's what actually I do when I go out. So we'll have about 7 of us go out. 3 of us will go to the bar, 4 of us will stay together. So there's not 50 of us in the queue. So there is never a dull moment on this road, is there? So I will wait for this to go past with respect. There we go. So obviously I completely understand. Sometimes it's a bit daunting going up on your own. So we're not saying come up on your own. What we're saying is don't bring 5,000 people with you. Don't bring the whole of like London with you. Don't bring the whole of the USA with you. Just bring yourself, 2 of your friends, 3 of your friends at push, and say, hi, I'd like this drink. They're not having anything. We're gonna go after this. There you go. That is easy. By the way, I'm not cheating. I know some of the people said, we love that your videos aren't scripted. We love that they're not planned. I had to write these down, guys, or I was going to forget them. I'm sorry. I'm forgetful. I am a forgetful person, as most of you probably know, given that I probably got a few of your drinks wrong. But now I am a lot better. So, excuse me, by the way, I have had a bit of a cold recently. I can't decide, well, my body can't decide if I'm getting over it or getting it again, so time will tell. So the third thing is, so I can use a lot of names in this, but there's one thing I can't mention, so it will be substituted for the word butterfly because that's what I used when I first tried to film this video. So we have a specific bar in the place I work that sells specific mixer, and we're going to call it Butterfly. If you know where I work, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about and you'll know which bar I'm talking about. So another example of this is everything on tap we store in a different room, to like nowhere near the bars, it's just in a different room. And sometimes when them like containers get low on stuff, we then need to go and switch it out for a new like container full of the liquid that, like, so cola, orange juice, cranberry, anything we sell on tap needs to be switched out every now and then. So sometimes we may not have it available at a certain time, but it will be available in like 2 minutes because someone's just gone and switched it out. So while I understand that this is a bit of a inconvenience, what I do not appreciate is when people come to me when I am on said bar that only sells Butterfly, is when someone will come up to me and say, can I have a double vodka Coke? Now, that in itself completely reasonable because it might be the first time, they might have forgotten or whatever. Like, that is completely reasonable. Asking me a first time, fine. But I implore you to listen because a lot of people haven't and they haven't really understood and they've just said, yeah, that's cool. I have served them a drink that in my opinion is fine because they have said, yeah, that's fine, without realising what I have said, and then they have had a go at me asking where their mixer is and I've said the Butterfly is there. So it really comes down to the fact of, if I am saying to a customer and they are not listening, I am sorry sir or madam or darling is usually what I say. I don't gender, I just say I'm sorry darling, we don't do Coke, lemonade, you get the point, but we do Butterfly instead, we do flavoured. Is there a preference or would you like to go to a different bar? If they are then saying to me, yeah, of course, that's fine, they have completely listened, they would understand that they are only going to get one of them 3 mixers. However, if they haven't listened and didn't bother to tell me which one they want, they're going to get a generic, I'm going to give it to them, and they're not going to be happy. So once again, it comes down to, please just listen to us. Like, just please listen to us. So this actually plays very nicely into the next one, which is, just because you change the alcohol that you want the mixer with doesn't mean we have the mixer that you're asking for. So for example, if we're changing out the taps and say you want lemonade, but we're currently changing out the lemonade for a fresh container full of lemonade, and I say to you very politely, I'm sorry my darling, we can do it with anything else, but we're just changing out for the taps at the moment. We're just switching out, we've run out, we're just putting a new container in. If you were then to say to me, okay, can I have a double Di Serrano, a lemonade? My darling, just because you have changed your alcohol does not suddenly mean that from the magic of my womb, I have made lemonade for you. Like, where the fuck did that come from? Okay, right, we're not even going to think about that, but just because you change your mix, just because you change your alcohol, does not mean I have your mixer, love. Like, it doesn't, none of these things anger me. They're just things that can annoy other people. So there are a few things on this list that do annoy me. I'm not allowed to, yes, I am allowed to say them. I will tell you which ones they were in a bit. But please, 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 just listen to us. Like, we aren't trying to make your night any worse. We're just saying exactly what we've been told and what our job is to do. Like, please, please work with us. Like, we're not paid enough for this job. Please just work with us. So number 5 is, so once again, this might ruffle a few feathers, but please, 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 we love that some of you are coming to like shag and find some love, but please, if you're going to flirt at the bar, pay for your drinks first. Like, I actually spoke to someone when I first started working, and they said to me that they once waited 45 minutes for one person to stop flirting to pay for their drink. And that's ridiculous. I'm sorry. But I am so sorry to burst everyone's bubble, but I hardly ever hear people say, well, me and TJ excluded because he did actually propose in the club that I work at in the garden. So I have hardly ever heard people say, so, oh yeah, me and my husband have been together for 34 years, like, we
met at a nightclub, everything was fine, we shagged together, and then we got
married. I was like, that doesn't happen. Like, if it does, but it barely ever does. Like, I'm sorry, but lads, if a girl is flirting with you, she either wants a shag at the hotel or at yours, and then she fucks off home the next morning, or she just wants the drink you're gonna buy her. I am sorry, the amount of girls I see coming up with different men, like, over the night, I'm sorry, love. Like, seriously, please pay for your drink so then I can move on to the next customer. Like, flirt all you want, but do it away from the bar. Like, be gone. Like, this is something I have an issue with, because while I am working, I have to maintain everything I do. So I pride myself on customer service. I am quite good with customers, but I do my best to make it look like you haven't annoyed me when you fucking have. And this is something that genuinely grates on me. And that is the fact that people flirt and they don't pay for their drinks. And by the time I've poured it and ready to go on to someone else, we are busy. Like, if we are busy, please, 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 make sure you pay for your drinks and make sure I'm not shocked at you to pay. Thank you. So, number 6. So, when we pour drinks, most bars and clubs and everything in England is only licensed for a certain amount. So the general limit is actually a single or a double, which is 25 millilitres or 50 millilitres, which is fairly reasonable in my opinion. So, which is why it angers me when people, and I'm so sorry to say it, and this isn't me being horrible, this isn't me being nasty, but it is mostly men who do it. I have actually one occasion it did happen, but other than that, it has always been men who have come to me and said, could you pour a bit more in? No. It is not worth me getting fined, losing my job, getting a criminal record, and all of the above, just so you have that much more vodka or whatever alcohol it is in your drink. Now, do what you want when the drink is yours, but don't keep asking us to pour more into your drinks. It is not worth the hassle, trust me. Like, seriously, just buy one more drink. Seriously, it doesn't make much of a difference. But again, that argument could be used against us, but for us it can make a lot of difference, because if the cameras catch us over pouring your drinks or anything along those lines, we could lose our job and we could never be employed in bar work again, which as young people, small jobs like retail and bar work is actually what we rely on. So I'm not losing my job so then you can have a bit more extra alcohol. Thank you very much. Number 7. So once again, none of these really feed into each other. It's just small things that I don't want happening. So number 7 is, if we're trying to like joke with you, have a laugh with you, please don't stand there like this. Like, please try. Like, we're making an effort with you, please just try and make the effort with us. I completely understand that not everyone is up for that. I completely understand that everyone is different. However, if someone tries with you, so it's like the smiling thing, if someone smiles at you, you usually smile back, or you just go, what the fuck do you want? But like, please, if we're trying to make an effort with you, because please bear in mind, I'm not going to say how much I get paid, but we don't get paid a lot. And we just want to try and enjoy our job. That is part of the reason some of us work there. A lot of us work there for the money, but I know a select few of us work there because we really enjoy it. And if we're trying to have a joke with you, laugh with you, please, please, please interact back, because that is what we look for. And that is what we really want. We don't want you to keep coming up to a bar and saying, can I have this? And for us to go, what do you want? Like, that's not what we're about. Like, if you come up to me, I'm going to have a joke with you. I'm going to say, yeah, you look really nice. Can I have this? Maybe, maybe not. Like, please, just try with us. We'll make the effort with you and you make the effort with us. Just like if you made the effort with me at your job, I'd make the effort back, because that is what I'm like. So please bear that in mind next time you're at a club or at the club I work at, and maybe you'll have a bit more of a better night. So number 8 is, please, 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 at the beginning, it's completely reasonable to have a conversation when you first get your drinks at the bar. However, when you decide that you would like to get a drink later on, it is always better for you to move out of the way and let more customers come forward into your space than to stand there and talk. Now, I understand you want a chat, but please could you do it somewhere else? None of us would say this to you during shift because we wouldn't want to be called rude or impolite, but I always politely ask people, hey, could you let people come forward? Like, because we understand that sometimes the bar is a safe place for some people, which is something that I think is true for everyone. Sometimes sitting near a group of people, specifically staff, can make you feel a lot safer in an environment. So in that respect, I do completely understand, because it's something I do myself. But towards the middle of the night, we can get very busy. And although we understand that in circumstances you may need to stand near us for a longer period of time, we ask politely that you stay within where we can see you if you need our help, but make sure that we can still do our job. So I will just reiterate, I'm not bashing anyone who does this, but while we are busier and busier hours, don't stand at the bar even when we've served you, because then more people behind you cannot come forward to be served. So number 9. Don't worry, we're almost there, we're almost done with this portion. Number 9 is just don't argue with a staff, doorman. Yes, I understand the doorman can be pushy. However, if, say, we believe you have done something wrong, don't argue with them. Just let them take you aside and calmly explain your side, and they will listen. However, if you start shouting, swearing, and any of the above or anything like that, they will get rowdy back. That is their job. That is what they're there to do. At the end of the day, they're there to protect me, they're there to protect you. So just don't argue with the doorman or the staff, and everything will go fine with you. Just politely explain. Just stand there, be polite. Don't be nasty or give them any reason to feel as though you are being very nasty or very... I can't think of the word, but I'm hoping everyone will know what I'm on about. Just don't give them any reason to feel like you're being threatening. So in that case, everything is fine. Seriously, I have been thrown out of Miyagi's once because I was too drunk. Actually, no, this was actually at the end of the night. I was very drunk. I wanted to wait for, my boyfriend to come out, and I was stood there, and I just said to them, I didn't argue with them, I just said, hey, is it okay if I wait for him? I don't feel safe outside without him. And they said, yeah, that's fine, because I was rational. I didn't shout at them, I didn't swear at them, nothing. I just said, hey, thank you for letting me know, I know you're shut. Can I just wait for him? He's just drinking his water, then we'll go. So please don't get me wrong, I know what it's like. Last but not least, number 10, please don't feel as though you can't come to us. Our job is to look after you, not just serve you alcohol. So please, in any situation, if you feel scared, if you feel uncomfortable, or anything like that, please don't feel as though you can't come to us. You always can come to bar staff, you can always go to security. If you see any staff, just tell the staff. If you can't identify staff, then always come to bar. If you can't find where the security are, they always wear their vests, and they're always wearing either blue, or in some other clubs they might wear yellow or a different colour to show you that they are staff. And normally it is blue. They wear a blue vest. So please don't ever feel like you can't come to a member of staff and say, hey, I feel uncomfortable, this is happening, can you help me? Because our job isn't only, again, to serve you alcohol, it's to make you safe, because you have every right to come out on a night out and feel totally fine. So at the end of that doomy and gloomy, I'm going to say a few things that I find after shift. Number 1, your dignity. No, of course, well, a few of you, yes. But anyway, number 1 is fags. I find a lot of fucking fags on the floor, love. Like, honey, if you're going to bring a packet of baccy, take it with you. Like, seriously, if you're going to bring a packet of fags, a packet of baccy, take it home, please. I find filters, I find fags, I found fag butts. Like, please, please, please. I know how expensive that shit is. Take it home and make sure you have it, people. Seriously, like, just make sure you have it. It either gets binned or... Like, that's actually something I'm not allowed to say, so shh. So the second one is, when you guys go home, we have to clean up a little bit before we can go. During one clean of the outside smoking area and bar area, I have found packets of condoms. Now, a few of them have been open, a few of them have been closed, which I was very fucking grateful for. I can tell you that they were closed. A few of them were open, but the condom was still inside, so I just assumed that maybe, well, hopefully it somehow opened while being trod on so much. So yeah, I do find condoms on the floor. I find your earrings on the floor. So your earrings, just please make sure you wear earrings that you don't like to a nightclub. Seriously, just wear things that make you look nice, but wear things that you wouldn't give a shit about the next day if you lost them. Like, seriously, please. Um, we do find a lot of money. Now, change and notes can't be helped. I personally have never, actually, yes, I have found a card. We give them in immediately, but cash and stuff like that just goes in a tip cup. I'm gonna be honest, the cash you drop just goes in a tip cup. We put it in a tip cup, and if we find it, we keep it. Now, I want to thank those of you who dropped it, because that actually was my food that got me home safely. So I am indebted to you. That does not mean you get free drinks, bitch. But yeah, I do find money on the floor. I actually found t-shirts on the floor. Yeah. Don't ask me why, I don't know. But I found a t-shirt on the floor. I don't know why. It's probably from someone being kicked out. But that just shows what it's like, actually. Like, yeah, I have found that better not have made my mascara. Yeah, I have found t-shirts. I have found shoes is the next one on there. So yeah, I found your shoes. I literally just found a shoe on its own. No pair, no nothing, just a shoe. Like, so yeah, I find a lot of weird shit, people. So I also find a lot of Nando's cards, people. Like, please take your Nando's cards home. What did that Nando's card ever do to you? Seriously, like, take it home with you. So again, I find food on the floor. I find I find a lot of sunglasses. Now, they're a good accessory, but not in a nightclub. Just like, you're gonna see fuck all if you put them on. Just take them off. And then finally, during the summer, a lot of people bought fans in. Like, what the fuck? That just looks like I'm calling you all a wanker. But yeah, a lot of fans. I found a lot of fucking fans, and they're all broken. Like, people, if you're gonna bring nice things in, make sure you keep them safe. Also, your jackets get left behind as well, but yeah, that's a story for another day. Given that this is 3 minutes shorter than I wanted it to be, I will share maybe a couple of stories of where I've actually messed up. It was actually my first night, and obviously being new is difficult. I think we've all been there, we've all been the new person, and it's just been hell. And the second you make one mistake, you feel like everyone's eyes are on you, and you feel like you've really fucked up, when really it's probably something that 1,000 other people have done. For example, I managed to, on my first night, I was pouring a shot, and I didn't realise that if you hold it between your fingers, it doesn't fall over. So I was pouring my shot on front bar, and it's a very normal thing to accidentally spill a shot. Like, it's very easy to do. But at the time, I thought that I had to be perfect because this was my first night, and I just knocked over a shot, and I thought I was going to get into a lot of trouble. So I started crying. It was like in front of a bar full of people. I knocked over one shot. I was on my trial shift, and I started crying. And a young lady I work with, I'm not going to say any names, just come into me. She put my hand in hers, and she said, "I've been there. Are you okay? I saw what happened. I re-poured it for you. You're gonna be fine." And here I am now. A second time I have messed up is I actually managed to get people's drinks wrong very often, actually. More often than I like to admit, I'm gonna be honest. So, yeah, that's just another fact about me at work. So, one last thing. So, the Jaeger bombs. We sometimes have to transport them to on top of a bar where we leave them, not for long, we keep them refrigerated overnight on a bar. Like, we have fridges, like, everywhere. But just hidden from you guys. Like, we put them in there, everything's cool, we put them on back bar for the next day so they're used, and we cover them with blue roll. So I was told to escort this to the place. Now, my foot I'm very clumsy, as everyone knows, and I had managed to almost fall down the stairs. In which case, I was carrying half of a crate, which is about this big, full of Jaegers. Now, they weren't all ready made, like they didn't have the Red Bull in them, it was just the Jaeger in the bottom. And they went down the stairs. Now, it was only about, so they're stacked 4 high, so it was about 4 of those, so it's like 12 of them I spilled. No, 16 of them. 12, 16. So I thought, okay, I've done that before, because I have. A lot of us spill Jaegers, it's easy to do. And then I managed to pick them all up without panicking, proceed to pick up the crate, walk to go back down the stairs, and I slipped. And the whole crate went down the stairs. Now, yes, I was fine, which was obviously my supervisor's first worry was, oh my God, are you okay? I was okay, but I was terrified that my other supervisor was going to rip me a new arsehole. But it turns out that she actually decided that I was just a nutcase and she thought it was funny. She actually just said, you're an idiot, and I was just crying because that was the biggest mistake I ever made, like dropping a whole crate of Jaeger, well, half a crate full of Jaeger down the stairs. Looking back is funny, but obviously when it first happens you don't think it's fucking funny, like, oh my God, what have I done? Like, but yeah, that's just a few things about my work life. I will do a life update very soon, but that is for another day. So once again, changing the name of this channel, don't know what to yet, probably will be Lady Luck. But I wish everyone the best, and I hope you're having a fantastic day today. If you're not, always here. I don't care what we've been through, I don't care if you like me or not. I'm always here for RM. So once again, have a good day, and I have to fuck off to work, which I'm not happy about. Have fun.